Well, good afternoon and welcome back to Rangers Radio. Rangers Reserves 4, Celtic first team 1. Join myself, Ox, here on the panel. There's my mate Jaffa. How are we doing, Jaffa?
All right, Ox. How you doing, lads? How you doing? Everybody in the background and all the Rangers fans out there in the wider world. What a result for the Teddy Bears.
Mate, that actually flattered them at the finish, didn't it? It flattered them.
Training game in the second half, Ox, wasn't it? We were so far ahead. We were brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. That's 10-2 in aggregate this season, Ox. 10-2.
All right, okay, aye. I'm glad you're on, because nobody else who comes on the show could have done that arithmetic, if I'm being honest.
Ridiculous. Brilliant, mate. Brilliant.
They sort of edged the first couple of minutes and gave us a wee bit of worries, and then we cleared the ball and we started knocking about, and you could see our team growing. We got a lot of space in the wide areas. And then we scores a goal. What a finish, became a roof. And by the way, I've got to be honest with you, the boy McGregor was sent off. That was his third booking. He also had a blatant pull at, I can't remember whose jersey, it might have been Kent's jersey, before he get booked. So
I know. You're right, Ox. I mean, for the first probably, I think it was about 6 or 7 minutes when they started the match, they were having a bit of joy down our right hand side. They were getting a bit on Tav, and they had a few balls in the box, but we just seemed to get a grip of it very quickly. And I thought the first booking, which was Jack Simpson for us, that was never a booking.
Yeah. Anyway, let's park the referee. We'll leave that to Bridge tomorrow night. But we get the goal, and I've got to say, what a finish by Kemar Roof. Made a lot of his equal words, you know. A great finish. Apart from Defoe, if we get another player in my squad that would have made that finish, I don't know if that's Alfie's type of goal, but what a finish.
Just guided the ball off. I mean, but it was really, really clever. Very, very clever. Good striking, as all good strikers should do. It was a great goal, Ox. You're absolutely brilliant, mate. It was a brilliant goal.
And then it was a bad goal. The boy Simpson, I don't know if the booking had affected him, but he gets caught under the ball and the boy heads it back across, and Edward scores for a couple of yards. But by the way, our team just got a bit between their teeth, and we were up at Park, pinned them in a bit, and then Alfie, what can I say? Alfredo Morelos.
What was that celebration like, Ox, with the fingers out and all that? That was brilliant, wasn't it? That was brilliant. That made my day. That's all the stratosphere that wee image. Daughter was showing it to me a wee while ago.
Obviously, we was in 2-1 up at half time. The start of the second half, mate, we could have scored at least 3 goals if the ball just bounced and desperate clearances, and then we get the third one. Kemar starts to move out left, plays out to Warner, who Roof makes a run into the box, and great finish, another great finish, great header.
It was
3-1, and I thought that was game over, Jeff. Yeah.
I did, and I think it was, Ox. I mean, obviously, the pace went out the game a bit. We went into more of, just keep ball, didn't we? And we did keep ball, apart from, they did have a couple of wee chances throughout the game, but Jermaine Defoe.
Well, Jermaine Defoe, his goals per minute, well, I'm sure Stato will check that out for us, maybe. His goals per minute are frightening.
They are. And Stevie G loved it, didn't he, at the side of the park? You've seen his celebration as well. I mean, he enjoyed that today, Ox. That was a performance for the manager, I think. That was almost an apology for last week, and to us as well as fans. But it was a good, brilliant. The team done fantastic today. I am delighted, as we all are. Brilliant result.
Well, mate, I think we need to get these phone lines open. What do you think?
Oh, let's do it, Ox. Let's get the Bears in, get them in, tell us all about it.
Let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
fair play to the boys in the pre-match show. They were all gone for us to score 4 goals, mate, and they got it right.
Was it George that said that? I heard them at the start.
George did 4, and I think Andy mentioned 4, and I think Carl even mentioned 4. So, fair play to them, mate. It was in the stars. It was in the stars. Aye, mate. Well, enough. I don't want to talk about them, but that was it. That's all they've got. You know what I mean? And there we go.
Broken locks, broken from top to bottom, mate. Snapped in two.
Dave King, eh? Oh.
Aye, what a statement! What a statement! If ever a bunch of words ever came true, those words came true.
Here. I think they're looking to get Noel Clark to play one of them in the film. You know, that's the kind of club they are.
Aye, that Peter Brady.
Right, okay.
Who's Peter Brady?
Right,
I'm not a Moore's murderer.
Just wait till you brought in, Carl. Just bide your time, yeah? Carry on, Jaffa.
I was just saying, Peter Brady, the Invisible Man.
Aye, the Invisible Man. There was a few of them on that part for them, yeah?
Yep.
So, look, fantastic. 23 points clear. 23 points clear, Jaffa.
Ox, that's what a season. And the players done great today. I'm really proud of them.
Aye. I've got to take my hat off to Joe Aribo, mate. He wasn't. I don't think he was man of the match, whatever. But he gets moved everywhere for us, didn't he? Everywhere.
Did you what about half? There was 3 of them, and he came out the middle of the ball, and he just walks away with the ball. Brilliant.
Here. I don't think he was our best man in the park. I think you need to gear out a Roof for the 2 goals, you know.
Roof, yeah. or your favourite player, or Stephen Davis.
He just coasted it, mate. He gets you. It's no 7 out of 10 patch. Stephen Davis is a bad game. He gets 7 every week. He's 7.5, mate. 7.5, you know.
And the 8s. I mean, again in the first half, folks. What I really liked about today was Stephen Davis again. I don't know if you saw it when Edward turned Simpson inside out. I was at the second half, and Stephen Davis was back and toe poked the ball out of the park. Brilliant defending.
Aye. And what about the nutmegging Brown for the goal?
Forgot about that. I mean, that was what, and then bust the ball into the top corner. I mean, the goalie's like that. Where's that going? It was just what a goal! That was great. So proud to be a Bear. So proud.
Aye. It's helped us go over that disappointment of last week, didn't it, mate?
Yes.
But God's sake, well, they paid us back, you know.
Aye, they did, mate. They did.
We'll see where it takes us, and we'll get some callers in here. But who was your man in the match then, Jaffa?
I would like yourself, folks. I was going through with you was coming on. I'm going. Aribo had a great game. I thought Kent was ridiculously brilliant. I thought he everything that was good about us on the front line today came through Ryan Kent. But I think there was 2, as you say. It's hard to pick one. There was 2 or 3, maybe even 4. I'll tell you another one. McGregor had a brilliant save. See that shot that hit the bar, and if that goes in, it's a different game. You know, there was so many good. Our top players played to the top end of the game today. But for me, Stephen Davis edged it.
All right. I wouldn't argue with that.
Welcome to the O2 messaging service. The person you are calling is unable to take.
Aye, I wouldn't. Just the 2 goals, when you get 2 goals. Davis, Stevie G taking Kamara when he was looking for a hat trick, yeah?
I know. You seen? I must admit, I thought he was going to leave Roof on today to try and.
There's George joined this afternoon, George.
After what a day, mate! What a day!
How you doing, Georgie boy? What a result, mate!
My man, absolutely brilliant, man. We Rangers reserve ripped him a new one, didn't we?
Love him, George.
It was brilliant, man. All the goals were exceptional, man, but Alfredo's was the best of them all. That was a belter. Not Megan Baldy, man, a pure cracker, man, and that was an absolute blue-cherry shot, wasn't it?
Yeah,
He keep him saving that. But see, this came out as 2 goals. But honestly, man, drink a Rebo, the crank. I thought Ken was outstanding. Absolutely outstanding.
Kent was fab. By the way, did you see the one in the first half when Aribo took it off his toe when he was going to close the goal? It was the happy Ken, was it?
Oh, that man. Oh, thrashing, baby. That could have been 6 or 7, by the way, you know what I mean? They were lucky to get away with 4.
They were, George. They were. You were, mate.
Totally lucky, man. Do you see that one, Hingme? Would you call it? Who was it? Paul Hingme, was it? Whose shirt when I get Paul? No, ripped his shirt off. Was it Kent?
That was Ellen Youssef done that, ripped his shirt.
He never even get booked for that, did he?
He did get booked. He did get booked.
Did he get booked? Oh, well, just as well,
but by the way, Cal McGregor had done the same before he even got booked.
Yeah, you're right, mate. I know. He never even got a boot. He never got a yellow card. The man I'm talking about. I was glad when he gets sent off. I was like, send him off.
By the way, it was a sending off. The two yellows. The 2 of them were booked. There were 2 yellows absolutely all day long.
The referee couldn't do anything else, man, if he send him off, know what I mean? It would have been an absolute travesty if he never.
And by the way, not that I think the referee had a good game, but what he did do, I agreed with Alec at half time. He let the game flow. He could easily have stopped that game there for a free kick. He let the game go, and that's where we're setting goal.
Oh, what a buzz, man. 2 years of no beat us.
That'll be 2 years in the league, mate. Anyway, Cal's back place now. How we doing, Cal?
I'm doing great. I've got to make a big apology to Kamar Roof.
That's
right. I missed my bet with 1 goal. I don't care. That doesn't bother me at all. This is wonderful. And I promised I was going to sing. What am I going to sing? Hail, hail, the Celts are here. What the hell do we care? And that's about right.
Right, I don't get the joke, but...
Hey, what the hell do we care? We don't care. We're the people. We're always the people. I've had a few libations. I might need to lie down for a couple of hours, you know. Magic, it was magic.
What did you go for, Cal? 4-0?
I went for 4-0.
All right, okay, all right.
I hate Jermaine Defoe now, but I don't really, you know.
Right, brilliant. What does it sum up quickly? We've got a few callers coming in. Sum up what it means to you.
What it means to me, I bring man of the match, RFC, simple as that. Every player that was on that park, Jack Simpson, he should never have been booked. I thought the guy was solid, actually, you know.
He done okay,
He done okay, he was solid for coming in such short notice, you know what I mean? He was a man for next season, then he's got the other one coming up that we signed already, you know. Guys have been here, I can't remember his name, so they look pretty good, you know.
Aye, well, we'll see what it says, Cal. You look after yourself, Bramos.
You as well, mate. Look after yourself. Remember, always, we are the people, and Rangers still need us. Bye-bye.
See you, Cal.
What a man. George, you predicted 4. I wasn't as confident as you. I thought we were down to the bare bones, but God, we played some nice football at times, didn't we?
Mate, I thought we were outstanding. But the only thing that troubled me is we kept letting Ayer run towards me without tackling them, man. I was like, he's going to end
about 3 times.
I was like, he's going to end up putting one in the pokey, man, but he shouldn't. He was woeful, not telling about. Thank God for that.
About 3
I don't
times.
understand why they just let players just run onto his man, run into their bolts, man. It's wild, isn't it?
That's your centre forward that's not doing his job there, George. I'm afraid that's on Alfie or Roof, who should have been tracking his run and seen him coming out of defence. They've got to be alert to that stuff, and we weren't.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll be joined by David if he come on out. How we doing, David?
Brilliant, guys. I've been waiting for Gubbin for them for a wee while, and I hope we would give them one after the cup exit. I think that was due a wee bit of forgiveness for the Rangers for going out in the cup. 4-1, they're putting their flair. We've got the psychological advantage over them. They are finished, and we are rampant once again.
Oh, rampant. Long time since somebody said that to you, George.
I'm rampant and all.
Oh dear.
Is Amanda coming in, George?
What's that, mate?
I'm saying, is Amanda coming round?
No, don't go down that road again,
George, you notice I'm not saying a word, mate. I'm keeping well.
No, Bill giving to you. I'm talking about.
I'm only teasing you, mate. I'm only teasing you.
I know that, mate. Know what I mean? I've never met this last year for my life. I don't know where she stayed or not. Know what I mean? But I'm quite sure I hear her.
I think you would hear her before you see it.
I mean,
David.
Honestly, God, man, about you. Oh, Mass will be chock-a-block tonight, innit?
Oh, I hear they've shut off the Kingston and the Erskine Bridge, mate.
Mass suicide.
They're finished, Ox. They're finished, mate.
And as we know, for calling all everybody called into action and emergencies when Bernadette gets him, you know. Right, anyway. Well, David, you were confident, more confident than me. I would have took a bridge man, and you weren't. You think we won easy, and we did. Kamar Roof, best game in the blue jersey.
I definitely think so. I did have some doubts over him, but he's proved me wrong. You can definitely see there's a player in there. It's just that I find at time he lacks that final wee ball it takes you to get a goal as a striker, maybe working with Defoe helping with that. But it's just I always think getting a psychological advantage out of a team is just as important as getting a playing advantage or a player advantage. And they're finished. There's nothing there that they can say, oh, we were good in that, or we were good in that. We have floored them. There's nothing left for them, and we've absolutely destroyed them this season. They were lucky it was only 4-1. They're lucky it was the scoreline was what it was. I think we could have scored another 2 or 3 against them.
Easy.
Jaffa?
Yeah, I think we could have, Ox. Do you know what was really another thing that I thought was it was a brilliant about the performance today? We all had some reservations regarding whether Alfie and Roof could play up front. I think today was where it came to life, didn't it? The two of them scored, and the two of them were. I thought link-up play was really good actually on occasions, and could have had a few more.
I mean, Roof had a good game for me. He didn't start brilliantly. His first couple of touches, I was like, I told you should have played it into the game. I think his third touch was a goal, George.
Oh, man, honestly, man, the day, man, he kind of came to life, didn't he? Mm-hmm. I mean, I just thought he was electric today, man. In some parts of the game, man. But his link-up play with Alfie and Aribo, and that was, I thought, was exceptional. By the way, I mean, and Barisic, because the Bobby Barisic, man, the cross was an absolute peach, man, straight on his nap.
Brilliant, George.
I'm no one for spreading rumours, but Andy Feelings went heavy on Rangers to win 4-1, but his son-in-law forgot to put it on.
Oh no! Oh no!
He's some bookies runner-up, boy, yeah. Anytime he wins, he forgets to put it on. Anytime he gets beat,
he on him now.
Andy, get your horns off his neck.
Oh, I man, no, I mean, but honestly, man, I can't believe I was slating the Roof before the game, by the way. No, I mean,
he's now set his standards to play in a blue jersey. Jaffa?
What?
Yes, exactly, Ox. Absolutely. That's it, 100%, mate. If we can see what he can do, let's get him fit. I think we were all sharing that concern the other night there while I was listening in with you guys. I felt the same way myself. I thought that injury, we don't know how serious it was, but Kamar Roof on today's performance, if that's Kamar Roof and that's the real one, give us it and give us it plenty next season. Give us 20 or 30 goals, mate.
Here. He looks, I mean, like Defoe, a natural finisher, David. Yeah?
I think he does. He seems to come into the wings, and he's not a player that seems to try and do anything too fancy. He seems like a turn and switch kind of player and just get the goal into the back of the net. You've seen that where his positioning there was absolutely brilliant for the 2 goals that he got. I think he really could have got a hat-trick there, but maybe Super Ali had the word in Stephen Gerrard's ears like, no, I want my records kept intact.
I don't know if you were watching it. I watched it on Sky, and Alan McCoy's like, take him off. He was the last Rangers player to score a hat-trick. It was quite funny. It was quite funny.
Ali's always good for a laugh, isn't he?
Aye, I think the actual coverage on Sky was a lot better with James McFadden rather than the other guy that's usually will remain nameless.
How was McFadden greeting?
Oh, he was pretty fair, mate. Summed it up pretty fair, I think. Pretty fair.
Magnanimous defeat.
Well, anybody watching that knowing, all right, they had chances and bits and pieces, but they also knew they were lucky to get out of there. We only conceded 4, yeah?
Yeah, I've got to agree with that, man. I thought we could have scored at least an 3 easy.
You know?
I mean, I think we just pure bossed the game to start. It was just like a training. It was like an actual training game, wasn't it?
If the crowd would have been there when that would have went 3-1.
Oh, imagine the crowd would have been there, man. That would have been absolutely brilliant, man.
What a day the Brox a day it would have been if we'd all been inside, eh?
Been outstanding, man. Outstanding, by what a day it'd have been. Oh, God, man. Just can't wait till the fans are back in again.
Here, mate, here. There's a game in August. You can leave the snow, George, to get there.
Hope young George doesn't ask the Rangers radio, but it's over.
Is that how no come on? He's frightened to get a bit of stick, George, yeah?
Yes, he's like, he's mad, you know what I mean? Why don't you go to the laugh your diary? Oh, you just slagged me right away. I said, he deserves it. He parked his car and sang me and finished, you know what I mean? I think he wasn't going to get tampered with, man, if it was because he was in the Ibrox or something. He's no chance of getting rattled where it was. I mean, he's not going to come back, man. His car was just sitting on bricks.
Shepherd Tenson meets them Jaffa to take them to the game.
That's mental,
I just need to get the train in, not I mean, and just get the tube.
You're right, mate. You're right. Anyway, we'll have a word with young George. We might phone him and surprise him one night, George.
Aye, he needs his phone number, man. He's got a phone now and he's even got it working. He's had it for months.
We gave him a phone. You never know, Jeff. I know that we would take the mickey out of anybody on here.
No, not at all. Wouldn't lower ourselves to that kind of standard.
Character.
Anyway, I think we've been joined by Robert. How are we doing, Robert?
Good afternoon, Ox. Good afternoon, everybody. Rangers Radio. How
you doing, Robert?
Yeah, good, guys. I'll cover you in a wee second, George, but can I just say one thing, guys? 9 years of hurt came to fruition today. The Glasgow Rangers, and you know what? I can't pick a player of the match, but I can't pick a player of the season. That's how good we were today. I thought Oxford 2 fullbacks were outstanding. The wee general, wee Sir Stephen Pillow Davis, amazing. If I have to be pushed to pick a man of the match, if I have to be pushed, and there's 3 or 4, Kamar Ruth, and you know what, guys? On this show a week, Kenny, everybody, yourself, folks, and if I'd been on the show, I'd have said the same. We all slated Kamar Ruth. What a performance. But my man of the match today, I'm going to give it to an entertainment. I watched Cooper, I watched Loudrup, and I watched Neil McCann. Entertainers of Rangers Football Club. But Ryan Kent today, Ryan Kent was my man of the match.
Yeah.
Can't argue with that, Robert. Can't argue with that, mate.
Watch Buckley.
And can I just add a wee thing in here? George Fisco Bride, you there?
Hi, mate.
George, you're like myself. Your young son, your young George, and my Gary, my son, parks your car. He parks your car across the road for the old police station and finishes, and I've got that half an hour walk, George. George, listen, I've got that half an hour walk like you, doing all the way all the motorway. Oh, George, walk by that SECC onto the Broomalow and walk up the Ibrox.
I know where you're coming from, man.
And George, know what gets me? This is the biggest bit that really gets me. And I'm 55 years of age. I do that 25, 30-minute walk, and then I have to walk up that 115 steps to take me up to the club deck. George, it's murder, but can I ask you a wee question, George? George,
Aye.
Would you have no gladly done that walk the day? Would you have no gladly done that walk the day to watch?
Shows you how tight they two are. They can't share a taxi between them, Jaffa.
Oh, George, that walk today would have been so worthwhile, pal. Wouldn't have been
you better.
that honorary eyebrow.
They're not the way back.
Right. One at a time, used to, right? But that would have been worth it today, boys, you're right. But can you no meet up and share a taxi?
What about an Uber?
Aye, between them. Robert, you're right about the fullbacks, and I thought Roof was going to get his hat trick when Tav crossed him about 20 minutes to go, took their goal out of the game.
Listen, I thought big, and I know the last time I was on, he had a wee go at Big Bomber, right? If we're picking things out today, because I've maybe blamed Bomber and Big Simpson for their goal, right? But I thought the fullbacks today were immense. Big Bomber's cross for Roof was outstanding. And can I give a special mention to my player? I nearly said that I'm a player of the season because it's between Tav and Stephen Davis. I need to toss a coin to see who's the player of the season. But I thought the boys in for the fullback socks today were absolutely instrumental. I just thought we played so well, and I'm still smarting for last Sunday. Don't get me wrong, I'm still smart for that result last Sunday.
But you know what? Today's helped, Robert.
Oh, Ox, listen, we can't knock that team. Look what our manager's done. Look what he's done in the last 3 years. We were used to getting scalped 4-5 against that lot, right? Let's be honest about it. We guys like Miles Beersman, Russell Martin, Jason Holt, players that shouldn't even worth to pull that shirt on. See now, we've got guys that really are worth to pull that shirt on today. And I've got to give a special mention. See with Ryan Kent, I thought Ryan Kent, that's why I pay £600, and I'd gladly give my £600 to support. I'm a Rangers supporter, not a fan, but I'd gladly give my £600 because I want to watch players like Ryan Kent, because he brings back memories of Davy Cooper, of Willie Henderson, of Jim Baxter, because he's class, and that's what Rangers is all about. Having players that are exciting, players that are class, that's what the Glasgow Rangers are all about.
Talking about class, Robert? We'll be joined by Amanda. How are we doing, Amanda?
Good afternoon. Hey, 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 beautiful Sunday. This is my beautiful day. How are we all?
Amanda.
I'm going to be honest, you're not as good as Jodie, but you're better than James from Tennessee.
Well, I can tell you, I've got a date for the op. I'm getting in May to get my knee done. So I escape the 15th and I go into shielding in the 17th. So that was worked out well. So that's me. So I'm getting into hospital in Stirling to get done. So that's me. But no, that was a brilliant performance today all round, wasn't it? Really, it was just a great performance. All round, the team just dug in, didn't they, really? And just, it was just amazing.
4-1 flattered them.
Definitely. Aye, definitely. So how are you all doing, guys? After that, you'll be a lot better today.
The mood seems to have picked up a wee bit on Rangers radio. George?
Aye, well, I'm ecstatic, mate. You know what I mean? I'll be buzzing for days after this, or maybe even weeks. I mean,
George, I might see you buzzing round the town centre.
Possibly. Big handsome guy.
You don't do busking, do you, George?
No, I'm not one of them.
I was going to say that. You're not one of them.
It's doing their murder in every song.
Oh, it's murder, isn't it? It's absolute murder.
Can I tell you a classic about that?
What was that?
A wee thing with special needs. Lassie got off the bus and walked right up to the guy who plays Jordan. That guy's pure shocking. Walked up and went, you, stop it. You're absolutely rubbish. That was enough. You know what I mean?
Is that wee guy that used to sit outside the pub?
Excuse me.
Because I used to volunteer in one of the shops at the centre, and we used to have to shut the door. It was chronic. We had to shut the door.
Excuse me. You two can go and get a room on your own, have a wee chat if you want.
Hey, this is no Tinder.
Excuse me, I'm shielding. I'm preparing myself for.
Anyway, we've been joined by Port Bear. How are we doing, Port Bear?
Have I phoned the wrong number, Ox?
This is Tinder dating.
God, I thought my luck was in here.
Yeah, what's the start to that game?
Don't worry, Port Bear. If you think your luck's in, I'll give you George's number after the show.
How we
doing, Port?
Oh, doing very well, mate. Happy days. A few people, in my opinion, today, I spoke to yourself during the week, and I said after the cup exit, a few people, I think, owed the fans, owed Gerrard, and owed themselves a performance, mate. I think we've seen that today. And special mention probably goes to Kamar Roof, who looked a lot better than he has over the last 6 weeks, in my opinion, mate. I thought he was outstanding today, inside and outside the box.
I would have given him man of the match, mate, because of the two finishes, and plus everybody played well outside the box. But if you're talking about football, I thought Kent was outstanding. Aribo, 3 different positions in a one game once again. Just the boy, what an attitude he's got, mate.
That takes a lot, like so, you know, if you're a footballing person, you don't care where you play as long as you get a game. But you know, it's nice to play in your own position from time to time, you know, and stay there. But yeah, again, a guy answers Gerrard's call every time. But we were down to the bare bones like we touched on, and I heard you all during the week on other shows saying, you know, the team more or less picks itself, doesn't it? But even when Bonham went half, the big man steps into left back, and you know, we just still stroll the game, mate. We're just miles better than them Oxford, and that's the best they've got to offer. And we go and beat them 4-1. 4-1, mate.
Aye, that was it. You know, that was it.
It was long overdue. It was coming, that result, wasn't it, guys?
Port, can I ask you a wee question? Can I ask Port a wee question?
Yes, Robert. How you doing, mate?
I'm good, Port. Good to hear from you, pal. Port, me and you have been Yanis Hadji's biggest fans, and I know he's let us down the last, maybe, I don't know, half a dozen games. He's not been that good. But can I just say one thing, Port? The icing on the cake for Jermaine Defoe was that wee pass for Yanis Hadji, and that's what he does. And I know he doesn't do it enough, so give a wee shout out tonight to Yanis Hadji for the icing on the cake for Jermaine Defoe.
It was a nice pass, mate.
Aye.
A nice finish as well, wasn't it?
You know, Oxford and myself, Robert, have never, ever, ever on this show questioned his ability. We know he's got that pass. We know he's got that moment of madness, moment of magic. You know what I mean?
He just isn't there enough.
He's just there enough. Laughing in the back, yeah.
George, will you stop tickling Amanda?
Hello.
Come on, guys, social distance.
I'm in one who said he's in another who that's enough distance.
I don't know so much.
Listen, my dad would have something to say about that. Anyway, I'm going to go and let more callers come in, right?
Right, Amanda, great to
I'll speak to you soon. Bye.
Poor George is getting it tight.
Always get it tight. If it's no Amanda, it's Linda.
Well, George, it's good to be popular, mate.
And then it was Port Bear there, man. I was like myself, what? I'm betting now.
Robert, that was a good point you made. By the way, the folk could have 2 goals. There was
I know. And Oxen, but I also believe, see that first one, I don't think he was offside there.
I think he was just Jaffa.
Just
mate, yeah.
The blue glasses are terrible, they're brutal.
But I must admit, I enjoyed the way he turned the boy Welsh inside out, sat him on his bum and then put the ball in the net. That was outstanding, wasn't it?
Mate, in fact, they've gave him a 4-year contract.
But listen, guys, I know he probably won't be there next season because he's 8 years of age, but be Jermaine Defoe, that finish, let's be honest, that finish was the icing on the cake for 55. I don't care what anybody says. I'm still hurt for last Sunday, but see that finish for Jermaine Defoe, that was the icing on the cake for me for 55. There you go.
Well, the commentator, definitely. The commentator had just said, hasn't he? The commentator said he hadn't scored in the Old Firm. And then a kiss of death, wasn't it? It was a kiss of death for the commentator. Bang, there he goes and gets his first Old Firm goal. But the team were outstanding today. Outstanding.
Yeah, they were.
You know, but what's that? What about 85 goals for, 13 against.
Wow.
So listen, get yourselves on mute. We're going to hear from our manager, Stephen Gerrard, MBE. But he's maybe not quite there. He's maybe not got it yet, but we'll come back. George, you off a mute? Just test you, see if you're there.
Yes, I'm off a mute, mate.
Well done, mate. Proud of you, mate. That course must have worked with the bridge, man.
Oh, yeah, like you want me up.
All right, okay. So we'll hear from the manager in a second. Listen, Jaffa, this is for the fans. The day's for the fans. Obviously, we were sore last week. We were all hurting. We were hurting because we think we were going to at least. We were saying, well, we're going to get to the final and then hopefully going to win the game. We maybe had the ribbons round the cup. Shows you've got to go in with the right attitude there.
I think the tour cups this season, I think we're all smarting a wee bit to use Robert's word. But it's gone now. We can't dwell on it. But today was, for me, that was the remedy. That was what we needed. And I agree exactly with what Port said as well. That was for the fans today and for the manager. And it certainly feels like that anyway, as a fan. That's how I feel. I'm delighted, absolutely delighted. We've been jumping about here like maniacs all afternoon. Great, brilliant. House has been going mental.
Here. We've been joined by the most generous tipster in the world, Andy Felix. How are we doing, Andy?
Good afternoon. I just wonder.
How are you doing, Andy?
I know, but I just realised where Amanda's appeared because she's not been all week. She's just got out of that steam room at George's, isn't she?
Right, enough of that.
Yeah, quite right. On the tone.
I'd like to thank the Rangers players for actually standing up there and going and righting the wrong from last week. Absolutely fantastic performance. The only slight thing of that,
Andy. You went for 4 goals.
Well, I got they paid me £100 because I had them at 4-1. I had £2 on that. I had a £5 on and winning 4-2 right enough. But I could buy a few bottles of vodka, so it's going to be a good day like so.
Happy day.
So got the family coming up a wee bit later. That's just lashing it doing right enough. So I don't know where we're going to put them all, but absolutely fantastic. I mean, the only slight you could have on it was letting that big Najira having the runs at us. Back to that and the slap marking in defence. Brilliant performance. I think we played
by the way,
easily.
We could have scored double that, mate.
That's first 15 minutes in the second half there. I don't think instead of just playing the bar and we should have punished them. But that, you can't complain about that. 4-1, brilliant. Great day, innit? What a way for the Lego muncher to go out, sat in the stand and pumped. Brilliant. Didn't ask any better than that, did you?
I'll tell you another thing. I'll go to Robert Werrell over this. Every time Ken got close to him, he didn't know what he did. He just ran past him as if he was there. It was comedy gold. Robert?
Oh, see Ryan Ken. See.
Oh, we're losing Robert. Jaffa?
I think I know what Robert's trying to say, and I think we all feel the same way. Some of the moments that Kent had today, some of those little touches where he was going one way and going the other, what he done to Scott Brown, and I don't know how many occasions he done it. He done it with Scott Brown. He done it with that boy Taylor at the right left back position. He done it with Kenny. Kenny, he looked punch drunk at one time. The camera went to him. He didn't know where to look.
Hear me. I'm going to cut across you. 2 things. Jimmy Paisley, we can't bring you in if you keep phoning us. Yeah, just hang on and wait. We'll be joined by Andy from New Zealand. How are we doing, Andy?
Oh, fantastic, Fantastic.
Right, Andy.
How you doing, Andy?
I just want to say, fantastic. What a way to end the season. Just fantastic.
Here, mate. Who's Sean for you, mate?
What's that?
What players did you enjoy today?
Oh, mate, Ryan Kent, mate. He's my man. He's my man, mate. He's just fantastic. And I'm so happy for Defoe. I don't know why he doesn't get more he didn't get more games. He's just class. He's just class.
Aye, fair enough. I mean, I think he's had some injuries and bereavement. And,
okay. I didn't know that.
But everybody likes Jermaine Defoe. Bizarrely, Andy. Everybody likes Jermaine. Then Port Bear. Andy.
Oh,
I love him.
Which one? He's a model professional, isn't he? And I think he's actually imparted some of his knowledge onto Morales. So it's just a shame he's at the wrong end of his career. But he's a fantastic player everywhere he's been. Just a shame he's not got enough medals to the side of his career right enough, But he's going to get the big one, isn't he? At the only club. So might have waited a long time, but he's certainly going to get one for the real club. There you go. For me.
By the way, Porty's goals per minute on the pitch must be frightening,
Aye, he's got a very good goal per games ratios, Jermaine Defoe, mate, and not just only that, I think what he's helped with, guys like Roof, guys like Morelos, I think he is one of them guys, if you're watching a striker at top level of where he played in England, wherever he played, for the top teams in England and scored, lots and lots of goals. I think he's helped young players at Oxford. It's not just about Jermaine Defoe, the player. It's Jermaine Defoe probably helping these guys in coaching and helping these guys, showing them composure and finishing, etc. But today for me, mate, it just underlined the status of Scottish Premiership dominance, who the Scottish dominant side are, with a strong, derby victory. And where it be against 10 men, mate, I think we'd have still on done that today because Rangers really looked up for that today. But Jermaine Defoe, mate, is outstanding.
I'll say it again, Port Bear. McGregor, that could have been McGregor's third booking. He pulled back. I don't know who it was. I think it might have been Gran Camara. He beat him and he grabbed his jersey before Simpson got booked. He should have been booked before Simpson got booked for a deliberate pullback of his jersey.
I agree with that, and I think the Simpson booking was an absolute joke, mate. I really did. And I was worried about the booking because it was so early on, and I thought he'll try and even that up. But for a young man, he showed composure and didn't make any more silly mistakes after that. And seeing the game out, I thought it was a steady. Although we were dominant, I thought he had a steady game, mate, and didn't put too much. Didn't do too much wrong. Got a few important touches in, wee tackles to nick it off people's feet, etc. At the edge of the box. So, for his first full-time debut against our biggest rivals, mate, I think Jack Simpson done pretty well for a young lad.
Yeah. Jermaine Defoe, 69 games started, 37 substitutes appearances, I think. Yep. So 32 games he started, 30 goals.
Wow.
Outstanding.
That's wild.
That's mad.
So
stats.
Oxford.
Yes, mate.
Spare a thought for Mrs. Bridgeman. I think we should have to get through today. Bridgeman run across that Chesterfield suite about 6 times. You know what I'm talking about?
Listen, mate, there's no a day goes by that I don't spare a thought for Mrs. Bridgeman.
You'll go in the ceiling now, isn't he?
Oh, mate, he'll be as high as a kite. And he always has a starter on a Sunday. He goes with prawns and melon a lot. He likes that with a wee bit of
Melba toast.
He likes that, So he has that before he has his roast. Sometimes in the winter he has soup after that as well. He's spoiled. Man's spoiled.
Millionaire's lifestyle, isn't it?
Well, aye. He hides it well, right enough, but he has.
Just recommend.
Yes, Robert.
Can I just say to all the Rangers fans throughout the world, guys, think about it. We'll beat them, 4 times this season. If anybody said to you at the start of the season, we're going to beat them 4 times this season, we're going to win the league, we're going to get 55, and we're going to get into the last 16 of the Europa League. But unfortunately, we're going to beat the two cup competitions, and it's going to be disappointing. But you know what? Beating them 4 times, last 16, 55, that'll do for me this season. But next season I want more. But see, for this season, Stephen Gerrard, Gary McAllister, Michael Beale, Tom Kilshaw, and everybody connected to Rangers Football Club. Thank you very much for an absolutely fantastic season. We are the people.
Well, cheers, Robert, mate. Yeah. Speak to you soon, mate, all right?
Good night, Ox. Thank you very much. Good night, guys.
Cheers, Robert.
See you, Robert. Cheers, Robert.
I tell you what, when he gets on his nerves, he's going to be a rare caller, Robert. But he's right, mate. What he said's right. Jafar, if we were sitting in the pub in August and I'd have told you how this was going to pan out, you'd have snapped my horn off for it, wouldn't you?
I'll take that every season, Ox. No bother. Present me with that scenario at the start of every season. I'll bite your hand off for it. Any Rangers fan would. We have been unbelievably successful. We've achieved everything that the manager set out to do. The cups are a bonus. I get that, and it would have been good to have them, but we didn't. But we got the main one. We got the championship, and that's us as fans. That was what we wanted. And then, as Robert's just quite rightly said, being unbeaten against them in five games in this season has been amazing. It's been brilliant, fantastic.
You have to go back to the League Cup final 18 months ago before you beat us, and come on, everybody who watched that was a big turning point, Port Bear.
Yeah,
because we battered them.
100%. That, I think I've spoke to a few of my pals and that, and I spoke to a few boys on here. For me, that was probably one of the biggest turning points for how much we dominated that game. We deserved nothing more in that game, mate, than to go and lift that trophy, because we absolutely battered them that day with our full strength squad, and that was still Gerrard's team, not at full, capacity yet. He was still building at that point, and we blasted them off the park. But a whitewash, Oxford. It's been a whitewash with them. We've showed them that we're back. Glasgow's blue again.
Don't think you're allowed to say that anymore, Port Bear. Can you watch your words when you come on here, please?
But it's just absolutely fantastic, mate. I woke up this morning and we spoke about this during the week in regards to, we're down to the bare bones of, our team. Yep. We didn't have a recognised midfielder on the bench, etc. And we got and played like that today, mate. Every man was up for that today, every single man. And I'm happy.
Yeah, we've been joined by Jim from Paisley. How are we doing, James?
How you doing, guys? That was hilarious today, wasn't it?
Hi, Jim. It's one way to disagree with it.
Oh, Jim, I thought the Reverend I Am Jolly was dead, but Jim revised him. On you go, James, the floor's yours.
I was getting worried at the beginning of the game. I thought the referee was going to win the... See, when they booked Simpson early doors, they was going to go. He's gone for us today. And then that boy McGregor. Is it McGregor his name? The Celtic player. He would have also challenges, When they stopped the game again, I thought he was going to allow Celtic to bring another player on rather than send him off, because they were going nowhere. They were doing nothing for us, against us. I mean, they're absolute garbage. See, when you sit and watch that game, they are absolute garbage, that team, that Celtic team. They've got a forward, they've got a midfield player, the defence is absolute garbage.
They're pinning their hats on this Mikey Johnson Forrest. What about his performance today? Oh, that's what he's been like since born on that appeared. He was good against Miles Bierman and that when they were beating the easy. But Christie and McGregor, mate. Well, enough about them, Jim. What about us?
Well, I don't think we got a third gear today, actually.
Oh, I would take that, the way we played the ball about in the second half. I think you're right. Andy Felix might be right, or James.
Yeah, well, we kind of just played with them, didn't we, for that 15-minute spell where they would have been there. I would have liked to see us take them totally out right enough. But, I mean, when you look at it over and all, like what Jaffa just said there, going back over a season, right, it's nothing to do with the way we played, whether it was second gear, first gear or whatever. We actually kept the pressure on in every game, winning in the league. I'm talking about the league here. And, they just imploded, and they knew they weren't going to catch it, and you could see it. Right from when we beat them at the Pedo Dome, right at the beginning of the season there, you could see if Rangers applied themselves, that they weren't going to do it. And it was mainly the pressure that we put on them that contributed to 99% of them exploding. It was what we did to them. And league-wise, we were totally dominant, although we didn't play brilliant in every game. And it states that because we still not got beat. So, what can you say? We're back now. What we've got to start doing now is we've got to start winning the trophies, along with the Premiership. I think the consistency, if we get it, had some players, we can go forward and retain that league. It's a big year next year, 150th and all that. So, come on, let's get it done now. We're in a good place.
Yeah,
let's get it rolling.
Yeah, we want the cups, you're right. But if you gave us that scenario, we'd take that every season, mate. Jim,
definitely.
When you come, mate, then Andy for New Zealand.
Yeah, man. Well, you told me, I was disappointed today, actually, in a lot of things that Steven Gerrard did, because I had Joe Rebo wanting to score at any time. He kept moving about, and the thing he was playing.
Brilliant, Andy.
What a performance he had, Jim, didn't he? That Joe Rebo. Listen, he's starting to grow up as a football player,
Oh, he's something else, Joe Rebo. Big dancing feet there. He can see some of the wee touches he had in that first half. Running about 3 players.
Just for anybody that's out driving about in the east end of Glasgow, there's been a police notice. If you're driving, please watch out for flying sharks.
And they still get the fences up down there, Ox.
I think they've put barbed wire around them this afternoon, mate.
Razor wire.
Yeah, Ox, I'm going to tell you something funny here. I had Big Subs that score at any time in his Old Firm debut, because we've had players that scored their Old Firm debut 18-1 a day. But see when they get that boot. No, but see the referee curtails his performance today by booking him early doors. I thought myself, he just ruined my line today.
No. Brilliant. Listen, mate, it's only 2 weeks. You need to get all that stuff out in that freezer, get set up for the buffet, mate.
Yeah, by the way, here, you want to see something? There's frost on this stuff now.
I told you not to buy it in the January sales, didn't I?
Stephen, congrats.
Can I ask a wee question?
Yes, mate.
Yes, son, Jaffa. In regards to 2 players today who I thought were outstanding, Ryan Kent, is he starting to become like one of these talisman figures? Aye, he's become one of the figures in games, especially big important games. And another player who we've been critical over the last few weeks, who showed up today, Roof, is Roof. If he can get a pre-season under his belt, lost a wee bit of weight and get that match sharpness without injury, could we have Oxford potentially a player in our hands on Roof's evidence today?
One swallow doesn't make a honeymoon, as you would know, Jaffa.
Yeah.
But he set the standards. He set the standards, Roof, for his Rangers performance. But Ryan Kent, plays very consistently against them. Don't know what you think, Jaffa, and then we'll bring in Andy Fairman after you, Jaffa.
I know what you're saying, Port. I mean, he certainly does turn up in the big games, doesn't he, Ryan Kent, and even Roof today as well. His link-up play was great. The wee 1-2 that he played out the box and then ran, full pelt, born right onto it. His second goal was absolutely brilliant football. It would just be great to see some consistency from Ruth, or maybe another way. Maybe we should say, or maybe I should say, is it would be good to see him fit for a long period of time to get 12, 15, 18 games under his belt, because he was starting to. He put 7 games together and he was looking really good. As for Kent, Port, I'm afraid to say it, mate, the biggest problem we've got with Ryan Kent's going to be hanging on to him.
Aye, yeah, I agree. Yeah.
And that's the best compliment I can pay him.
Oh, yeah. All right, we've been joined by Andy Fairman. How we doing, big man?
How you doing, troops? All right. How are you, panel? Hey, can't be on his what that? Hey, so
easy, okay.
Easy. The blue wheels are blue, right enough. My name is Ryan Kent with a country mile.
Can you argue with that, mate?
Oh, my name is. I tell you, my front 3 players in a Rebo. They 4 shone for me today. And we Davis, David. The top three, I would say the top four, because Aribo was playing me up front day again. And then he just, no qualms up again, sitting in left back for the last 10, 15 minutes. No ego about the boy, just straight in there, you know what I mean?
Well, so a bit like yourself, Andy, no ego about you, you know?
I have no ego, no. I'm not drinking with it. I'm just about face, so just about drunk as board dry, by the way. Hold on, wait a minute, we hear this. We hear this. I know the sound of silence there. Right, talking about silence,
get yourself on mute. We're going to hear for the gaffer, Stephen George Gerrard.
Congratulations, the first time in a season Rangers have gone unbeaten against Celtic in 21 years. You must be delighted with that scoreline today.
Yeah, very happy. I stood here this time last week and felt really flat, and we were on the back of a performance that really stung. Today we've completely flipped the mood, and we've put in a performance that thoroughly deserved the win. We've scored 4 fantastic goals, some really impressive assists as well, and the game plan worked to a T today. I thought we were a real threat throughout.
I was going to ask you about that, because you said pre-match you'd gone bold up front, you brought in Kemar Roofe. What was the thinking behind that game plan?
Well, look, I watch a lot of Celtic, and they're a good team, but with all due respect, they've got weaknesses, especially in that back line. So I wanted to put 2 men right up against them centre-halves and cause them problems all night. And I wanted Ryan Kent to continue to do what he does to Scott Brown, which is to be a right menace. And the 3 of them were superb tonight, and they're the reason why we've won, and we've won comfortably. And the rest of the boys, again, were all in behind that. We had a few moments and a few issues over the 90 minutes, but you're always going to get that when you pick a bold attacking team like that. But credit to the lads, they were superb today.
Stephen, you have to go back to 1904, 18 wins at home. It's a remarkable statistic. You must be delighted with that.
I'm extremely happy. In year 1 and year 2, when you're trying to build a team, our consistency was questioned at times, and rightly so, because we all realise who we're representing. And at Rangers, drawing and losing games and having bumps in the road, it's not acceptable. So we've been striving to become more consistent, especially at home. We want to make it a fortress. We want to make it a difficult place to come. And credit to the boys on that front. They've carried it out extremely well. And there's 2 more challenges left to go. And I want another 6 points. I want to keep them hungry. I want to keep them on the toes. Well, what I will say is 96 points is a special number for me.
Stevie, Alec, McLeish here. The more games you win, obviously, the more the players get empowered. But I was talking to the guys here, and we were speaking about, what was the difference between this season, maybe the last couple of seasons. And I feel that Kemar Roofe has been a tremendous acquisition for you, and he's taken a lot of pressure away from, maybe Moreles and Defoe at times. But the goals he's pitched up with this season, some world-class things in Europe, and also today's 2 goals were fantastic as well.
Yeah, I certainly agree in terms of the compliments towards Kemar. It was the reason why we were so keen to get him in here. We'd obviously seen what he'd done at Oxford, at Leeds, and over at Anderlecht. He got a few injuries over in Belgium. But I was so keen to add to the firepower. I think over the course of a season, and you're looking towards 55, 60 games, with injuries and suspensions that we'd suffered in previous years, and being heavily reliant on Jermaine and Alfredo, they needed help and support. The club needed to invest in recruiting more firepower, because we believed that was a key area for us to flip from a team that was showing signs of progress, but to a team that's capable of winning over the course of a season. So credit to all the boys. Cedric's played his part in that as well. Ryan Kent's gone to the next level in terms of numbers. We've got 2 of the best assist kings putting deliveries in from the side. So listen, in terms of what we can create and score, the lads have contributed across the board, but for sure Kemar's made a big difference.
Stephen, you mentioned the 96 points, you're 4 short of that magic 100. It'd be an absolutely remarkable achievement to actually do that, because it's very infrequent that happens.
Yeah, it is. And as I say, after going out last week, which was really disappointed, we tried to pick the boys up this week, and we need to give them little small targets within that. They're not the priority, or they're not the priority at the beginning of the season and as it goes on, but when you've got just that to play for in terms of breaking 100 points, the clean sheet record, can we get that? individually, can people keep striving to get more assists and more goals? This is what we're playing on now for the final 2 games. And obviously, the trophy comes on the last game of the season, and we want to put in a real strong performance against Aberdeen for sure.
Well, better never stop, sure, Gaffer, does it? I'll go to Andy from New Zealand, who's sitting there. Andy, we'll have the last words for you before we let you go. Andy from New Zealand, on you go, mate.
Thanks for letting me hang on there. That's just brilliant. What a manager. What a manager. Just fantastic, eh? I hope you guys have a good night, because I'm just in from I could have stayed out a little bit longer, but I ran out of money. But I'm wasted, mate, and so happy.
You should have said, Andy, I had to get Bridgeman to put some money on your account.
Oh, thanks, man.
Right, good to hear from you as always, Andy. You enjoy. Get your bed, and we'll speak to you soon, all right?
I'm not going to bed, mate. I'm not going to bed.
You. Cheers, Andy. What a man. What a man. Right, okay, where are we? The Gaffer just keeps pushing and pushing and pushing. Yeah, he was raging last week, but he doesn't wash his dirty linen in public, does he?
Not at all, mate. Not at all. It's not his style. Went back to the drawing board, got the boys back into Auchenhowie, and obviously that game plan has been worked on all week. That just doesn't happen overnight. So obviously smarting a wee bit, and that's what we got today. And that was a performance for the manager and for the fans and for the club. It was brilliant, awesome, and can't wait to next season, Yorks. I'm already exhilarated and thrilled, looking forward to it. Obviously looking forward to getting the trophy in a fortnight's time, which will just be, I just can't wait, mate. I can't wait.
Yeah. And what they'll be worried about, mate, is we might improve by 10%.
Wow. I'll tell you, Ox, I don't know about you guys today, but one of the biggest things was, their bench was getting rolled out and they were bringing their players on, and look who we were bringing on. That shows you the difference where the two clubs right now, the positions.
And we thought we were doing it in the bones, Jaffa.
I know exactly, Ox. That's my point. Look what they were bringing on. They were bringing on guys that have. Look, Mikey Johnson. Who's he?
Poster boy.
Here, Jaffa, let me. Nice to speak to you again, mate. Long time.
You too, pal.
But see the people that scored the goals today. These are the people that we wanted to score the goals today. If that makes any sense to anybody here. If I was getting Kamar Rufy's character last week in the Mayfield, I'll probably always give him his character. Well done him a day. And see when VJD came on us late on, I was talking to one of the boys on Amazon Echo. I said, he's going to score. It's fantastic to see that wee guy came on and scored. Man, we were howling, and we were howling in here when the wee man came on and scored that late.
I'll tell you what, see if there had been 5 minutes left, they'd have got a hat-trick.
Andy, see his movement for that goal, and the goal that he scored. If you really just watch what he does, it's class. It's like striking personified. He pulls away to the left-hand side, away into a space. There's not a defender in sight, and he was miles ahead, miles into the box. One pass split the defence open. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Listen, I don't know if it's true, but it's came from Twitter, but it's been well strongly reported that Andy Walker wasn't covering the game because he's been banned for Ibrox for comments he made against the club, so obviously only true. So if that's true, well done.
Well done, Rangers.
Team. Yeah.
Well done, Rangers.
If it's true, we don't know if it's true, but watch your space. Andy Fairbairn, just to let you know that the Rangers ladies are already 3-0 up against Motherwell.
Oh, yeah, dancer. There you go. I need to go and watch it get off, innit? Hope the swab stripped after the whole time whistle, you know what I mean?
No, Andy.
No. It's a family show. Talk about Walker. That was because you mentioned Rangers' financial woes about this Super League. You mentioned that last week. That's maybe why they banned him. Clown, you know what I mean? But I'll tell you something. I'm glad we didn't have to do day fans in the day, because that Walsh had to pay back in. They have to read the vote something. Of course, I'm $80, you know what I mean?
He would a fun day go. Axel still wondering about Copeland Road for the last time.
Jeff, I'm telling you. Aye, he's some man. Anyway, we watch all these bridges. If I'm out and about tomorrow, I'll just leave him hanging for a bridge. You know what I mean? The Celtic scarf one. Aye, happy days. That sounds. So I'm a big 6-0 next week, but I thought we'd have a semi-final to celebrate. But here, we'll still get through anyway. But the team at the beginning of the season, undefeated against that mob.
Undefeated against everybody in the league, Andy.
Aye, but especially that mob. I would have swapped. Listen, to be honest with you, I'd swap 2 defeats to get to 2 cup finals. Definitely would have. But hindsight's a wonderful thing. With the 2 games in the cup are just one of the things. That big freak of nature comes up and blatters it all. You know what I mean?
But I'll tell you what, everything, and I'll go to Andy Feelings for this. I know he's been harsh on the squad with the cups, but every time somebody's thrown at Gerrard, he has improved and learned from it.
Yeah, definitely. You've got odd mans up there. League-wise, he's been very consistent. Looks like he's going to get stronger. Just want to see the mentality. I'll put a bit in the cups because that's what we made our name on, our history. You know, they didn't just win titles; we kept winning cups as well. Right? So yeah, just start lighting up. But yeah, I'll say it as I say it, as I've always done. When they're doing well, I'll praise them as well. It's no slight on them or like that. You just get frustrated at the fact that with the 2 trophies they were there to be taken. But after we stopped their first 10, the only 10 because they wasn't going for one this year anyway. The trophies that followed after that. You know, let's hope it's just an omen and away we go. They say things come round in circles, so if we start going and dominating like, you know, a couple of trebles or a couple of cups and all that, we're back on track. We'll be okay here. I'm convinced of that now. He adds that bit of quality like we keep talking about.
I'm hearing that Jermaine Defoe signed a new contract. He's here for 10 in a row, he said.
Brilliant. Marvellous.
Him and Davis.
Did you see the 2 of them at the end of the game walking off, Ox? Arm in arm. Jermaine Defoe and Stephen Davis smiling away to each other, chatting away. Brilliant picture.
Fantastic football. Right, we're just going in the panel. We're just going to finish off the show. We've got a show tomorrow night. We'll be joined by young GB. But I just want to... Obviously, it's always good to beat them. But in a season like this, George, sum up your emotions, mate.
Triumphant and joyful. That's all I can really say, man. Not I mean, it's been a season to remember. The cups, man. Never mind the cups. I'm talking about. No, I mean, I'm just glad they won the league. That's all I'm interested in.
All right. Who's Andy? Who's never 16 that week?
My heart's busting out of my chest for what they've done there, right enough. Not that it never did always follow the range as it does, but it's pounding now this time. What a fantastic season we've had. You know, it's great, and you know, we've actually shown. You know, we're moaning about the cups, but we have actually shown consistency in the league. So, you know, we're a hard crew sometimes, but no, absolutely delighted as every one of us are, right? And fantastic. Absolutely proud to be a Bear. Simple as that. Leave it at there.
Andy for Irvine, who's 30 next week. Andy?
That's it, 30 plus what? Beyond my wildest dreams, Roxy. Beyond my wildest dreams. See, when we pumped him at Parkgate 2-0, I was hoping, I hope this is the year. I hope it was. And I've seen with that when he falls downs. But, proudest bunch. I mean, I've been watching the Rangers for 55 years. And this is one of the best ever. Because of where we were and everything else about it. It's absolutely fantastic. You know what I mean? But listen, thanks to everyone in the panel for taking my call again. It's
always a pleasure to hear from you, big man. Okay. You always cheer us up, mate. Always.
Oh, listen, you cheer you up, no problem. But I'll speak to you before we get the title party anyway on the road.
I'm sure we
will. Anyway, you take care.
You look after yourself and your missus, mate, yeah?
I will. Well, you take care, everybody. All the best, boys. Enjoy the rest of the night. Okay, I'm going to get a wee bit drunk. Okay, cheery.
See you, Andy.
Well, Andy, he's very honest. Jim, over to you, mate.
4-1. That'll do me, Ox. Last little thing in the season.
Yep.
Absolutely delighted. I can't wait to go out tomorrow. I mean, by the way, Ox, my next door neighbour on a party, I maybe join them, sure I can hear something through the wall.
All right, mate, I'll see you shortly then if there's a party going on, mate.
Aye, right here. I'll put the phone to my wall in a minute, you can hear it.
Listen, just to let you know, the girls are now 4-0 up.
Lovely.
Well done.
Go on the Rangers.
Here. Right, Jaffa.
Ox, from where we came from, genuinely, what it means to me, this victory and the overall victory, from where we were and what happened to our club, I'm just absolutely bursting with pride that we've got our football club back to where it belongs. For the sake of all of us, for those fans and supporters and all our families, it means the world to all of us, and I can't tell you how delighted I am about that.
Here. We've come on here through the years, we've had some downs, and that's been tough. Couldn't wait to go on this afternoon. What a difference, you know.
What does it mean to you, Ox?
It means more to me for other people. It means more for Fox, All Mac, guys like Hoot, who listen to our show, great fans of our show, for the support in general, mate.
Gyro and that.
You know, all the people who make the Rangers family, for all the support. It's for the support. Yeah, we'll go with pride back, mate.
Totally.
We'll go with pride back. And that's due to, I take my hat off to John Gilligan, Paul Murray and Dave King, who we didn't realise when they walked in the door what they were going to do for us.
What they were going to do.
None of them are at the club now, but what they've done is they took us that step, and Dougie Park, a guy that you know, Jaffa, he's come in and with the rest of the board, and they just keep striving. I seen a sign on the Copeland Road stand today, Biotech, new sponsors, revenue, just getting everything right. We need money in because of the pandemic, and we've lost a fortune in Matchday revenue, but they just keep ticking on the boxes. And the biggest thing it means for me, and I'll say it again, Jaffa, is gave us our pride back.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah, I know that we were never proud to be Rangers supporters, but you can walk with your chest out now. Oh, the girls are 5-0 up.
Oh, hallelujah. Get in there.
Jokes about them walking with their chest out. You're above that, yeah. Right.
No jokes.
Right, okay, can I just remind everybody, by the way, the badges are even moving. We'd only 20% left. There's even more moved. But it's, if you want a badge, don't be fast. If you're not fast, you're last. Shop at shop.rangersradio.online and get in there quick before they all go. Yeah.
Get the badges, stuff with souvenirs shortly.
Limited edition. And remember what it's for. It's not for Rangers Radio. It's to subsidise the Robert Mulholland Memorial Parade, a boy who was 16 years of age when he lost his life coming back for an Old Firm. Can I thank each and every one of you for taking the time to call in? George, you and Amanda, the first couple of Rangers Radio, thanks for the way you take your banter, mate.
And you, charming.
No, you take your banter well, mate. You take your banter well. Thanks very much, mate. Andy, with the worst bookies run in the world, thanks for joining us as usual, mate. And Jim, your one-liners are legendary, mate. Win or lose, you always make us laugh, mate. Always fell off his seat, Jim. Jaffa. He's away next door. Thanks to Jaffa for joining us. Thanks to Fox and Old School Blue for doing the technicals. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow night. Come and join us, and we'll be joined by the one and only GB. Take it away, Old School Blue.
Come on.
Every Saturday we follow, we cheer the boys in blue, the most successful team in football. We're Scotland's gallant few, though at times they have been hard, we're followed near and far. You will always hear us roaring from the stands in Ibrox Park. Scotland's gallant few. successful team in football. We'll start